What's up, Reds? You're probably wondering, wait a minute, why is Kyle live without Steven? It's because I refuse to not be, or wait, let me try to think about how to say this. I refuse to be late. I refuse to be late anymore. I'm putting my foot down. So we're just waiting for Steve to roll into the chat. What's up to everyone? How are we doing? How are we doing after that great win yesterday? Look at him. Look at him coming into the chat now, all late. All late.
9 o'clock on the dot.
Boom. We're already live, Steve. We're already live.
Don't even start with me.
Here
we go. Beverage of the week. Hot and ready.
Trying to teach you something.
Tea, ladies and gentlemen. Hot or iced. A lot of you know much more about tea than myself. But if Kyle wants to start this thing at 9 o'clock and expect me not to be on time, he's wrong and I'm taking over the show. So here we go. Hot tea. Letter on the cup recommended so that no one steals your cup. S is for Steven or Shaqiri. Take your pick. Welcome, everyone. Black tea. I prefer iced tea. Personally, I know it's really big over in Europe and the UK, more so than the US, depending on who you ask. But
do you like
a soothing
green tea?
Drink if you're feeling down, a little bit of a caffeine in there, if you just want a little boost in the morning. A lot of people don't like coffee. Let's face it, people. They don't.
I'm not here.
I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, I know.
What do you want?
I was just asking if you like green tea. That's all.
Yeah, green tea's all right.
Yeah. So just when we talk about tea, right? Because you have Earl Grey tea, you got black tea, you got
black tea.
Gotcha. So no Lipton for you, just like actual tea.
Anything. I don't love tea. It's just the beverage of the week. It just happened to make the list. I do like iced tea though. And what are the ones? What are the ones that have the adult beverages?
Oh, Long Island.
Long Island, and then also Twisted.
Twisted tea. Good Lord, I forgot about
this is a children's show, so we're not going there.
Yeah, unless you're 21 or 18 overseas, but yeah. So yeah, Steve, you were here at 9. To be fair, you were on time. But I was just like, you know what? It'll be funny if I just started the stream before Steve got here.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how things backfire, people? Dermot, Roshayan, Niall, The Bachelor, Sir Oswald, the whole gang's in here. Shayna, Daddy Chill.
Daddy Chill.
Chad Ford in the building. Downturn, Liz, of course, holding it down. I think I got everybody. All right, guys, quick show today. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I'm just going to roast Kyle, and then that's it. Anyways, quick shout out.
That's a fresh tee.
I finally got my T-shirt. After an interesting year with COVID, I wasn't a member. But now, we're back in business. The back's really cool. I'm not going to show you the back, but it says, like, the Scousers are here. And it's, like, a picture of, like, Boston with, like, the Anfield arches blended in. It's kind of sweet.
Yeah. It's a sick color, too. It's not, like, a bright yellow. It's, like, a dull yellow, I should say, like a burnt yellow. Mustard, yeah, that's good. I like it. It's kind of like the Longhorns orange. Like I like that orange, but I don't like bright orange. But yeah, comment of the week, Steve. The oldies have Ant and Dec. We have Steve and Kyle. Now I had to Google this. I had no idea who Ant and Dec were.
Neither do I.
Okay. So there are apparently these UK like media broadcaster guys, and I guess they've been together forever, and they're like really good. I browsed the Wikipedia page. I didn't do any in-depth stuff, but yeah. So I had to Google it, but apparently that's what we are. So I'll take it. I'll take the compliment, people. Downturn says Yorkshire tea is the king of all teas. So I guess it's a big deal over there, Steve. I keep kicking Steve out of the stream on accident.
Can't get rid of me.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, don't take it personally, man. I just thought it would be funny.
I don't take it personal. You
Steve's just pissed.
You should take it personal.
I am taking it personal.
Try to embarrass your co-host.
Whoa.
It backfired.
Whoa. No embarrassment.
People are turning against you.
I don't think anyone's turning against me except you.
No, they're turning against you. They want to be on Team Steven. Yes.
What is this? Team Jacob and Team
Let us know.
Edward now?
Yep. Let us know. Which side do you land on?
Hey,
as of right in this very moment. Which side do you land on?
hey, I hold grudges too, so you better choose wisely. Yo, Steve, let's chat about the game yesterday, bro. Okay. Klopp goes with Harvey Elliott. He goes with the 4-2-3-1 first off. And he puts Harvey Elliott up at the right mid. He goes Jota in the middle, which kind of understandable. And then he goes Mane on the left, Salah up top, Hendo and Keita holding, and then our standard back four. Phenomenal game, man. Phenomenal play. Everyone was phenomenal yesterday. Harvey Elliott stepped up to the plate. Jota doing real well. Mane, incredible. Just Van Dijk pinging from the back on a string. He knows where it's going. What'd you think of the game?
Burnley's a tough one usually, especially away. But I thought this was a somewhat comfortable victory. They did have a few chances there, especially like Allison made that great save at the end, where I was a
Yeah.
little concerned. Like he should not have an open shot like that. Like the quality of players they have on their side is far inferior to what we have. Like I want to watch a Burnley game and see no legitimate chances created for them. Like you guys can shoot from outside the box, that's fine. You can whiz them over the bar, but like there was a couple where it was a little shaky towards the end, so that was concerning to see. But overall, man, like Harvey Elliott, guy's an absolute baller. Jota gets on the score sheet again. Thought solid was solid. Salah was solid. Trent's a legend. Like it's an overall good performance. A lot to work on though. Like I feel like almost everyone played great, but there's
Yeah.
still a lot to improve on
So what
because,
specifically?
well, defense. I just thought you have to play like a somewhat perfect game when you play against a side like Burnley in
Sure.
defense because they had 2 or 3 really solid chances in my opinion. Like City's putting those away, or at least 2 of them.
Are you talk? Wait. So just to be clear, you're saying Burnley had a few good chances.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you
They just
said
don't have
City's.
finishers. So
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, Chris Wood didn't really do much yesterday. Neither
like
did
we
Ashley
play against
Barnes.
someone like City, they're gonna put those
Yeah.
away. Like we have
Yeah.
to tighten it up at the back.
I'm not gonna lie. Dwight McNeil is probably their most skilled player. Like he's the only one on that team I feel like that is a technical dribbler and can actually get forward, has some pace to him. I don't think. I mean, they're gonna make chances because they go side to side and they play the ball through the air. I feel like that's where we're the most vulnerable. If anyone plays on the ground, we're gonna press and win the ball back. I feel like they're bound to create chances, but I think Allison did his job, and that's why we have Allison in goal to do what he did yesterday. We still kept a clean sheet, Steve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was very close to not being a clean sheet.
Was it though?
Yeah, they had too many chances yesterday.
I feel like I'm trying to remember the chances they had because they had like 8 offsides in the game, and a couple of those they ended up getting shots with, and Allison had to save. But they had a bunch of offsides. So, are you referring to chances where it wasn't called offside?
Yeah, let me look.
Okay, because I don't. I just feel
You
like
didn't
they
feel
were.
like we felt vulnerable? There was a couple times where you go, "Oh my God, they're going to
Yeah,
score right now."
definitely at the end, like you said. Definitely at the
Yeah,
end of the game, they started creating some chances.
and that's what I mean. That's not okay. We can't have that.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid point. I really, really love the consistent performances that we're seeing from Trent, from Matip, even Keita's doing well. And then yesterday, Tsimikas, guys. Tsimikas, like the title says, is an absolute dog. He's a dog. He just doesn't give up the ball. He's scrappy, man. And I mean, everyone's going to have a moment like last game where you get smacked in the face by James Milner. That had to have woken him up because yesterday was just a class performance. He got an assist. I mean, he didn't get bodied. He didn't get sat down like he did against Norwich. I mean, just quality left back, dude. I'm glad we have him. You said it yesterday. You're actually like really glad we have him.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I watched him play in the Europa League a couple of years ago, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Wow, this guy's really good." But I was like, "He probably can't defend. He's probably one of those guys," you know.
Yeah.
Um, but no, he looked really solid. He really surprised me. I think he surprised everyone. No one can convince me they knew what Costas Simica had, like in terms of like talent and skill. No one. We haven't seen it.
No.
We haven't seen him play.
I
Even
feel like
last
we
week, it
knew
was
who he
like, whoa, he
was.
needs to get off the field at times.
Yeah.
I think he surprised probably every Reds supporter yesterday, and we're like, wow, if Robbo does go down, like we have somebody that's at least you can plug him in. It's one game. I don't
Right.
like to jump to conclusions. Like Kabak had a few good games last year, but overall, I thought he was below average,
Yeah,
in
and the
my
two
opinion.
games against Burnley and Norwich, arguably a mid-table side and then bottom half of the table side. So, not to read too much into it, right? Because we have the true test coming up next week, Chelsea, right? That's where we can kind of start making decisions about this is how the team is playing. Right now, we're playing phenomenal. 2 clean sheets in a row, putting multiple goals past them a game. But like you said, we're giving up chances. And with a team like Chelsea, we can't afford to be leaky at the back. I don't think we have been though. I really don't think so. I feel like Matip and Van Dijk just have been very, very solid.
No, they
I,
have.
I
They have.
I don't think we're leaky at the back, but for some reason, if we let Chelsea have the amount of chances that Burnley had, or at least opportunities, I should say, we might be in trouble, dude. Because Chelsea, I mean, Pulisic
They're a
is
better
probably going to
side.
be
We
out.
know that.
Yeah,
We know
Pulisic.
we know they're a better side, but they're not great offensively. The reason they turned things around and won the Champions League last year is because their defense was just unreal. Like
Yeah,
they were
you've
just
said.
shutting
Yeah,
everyone down. It's really hard to score on them.
it's hard to
Um,
score on them, but Tuchel has them playing really well too.
yeah, and they brought Lukaku in. Like he's a good score. He's a good like goal guy.
Yeah,
But for me, it's like, okay, we played great defensively overall, but it's almost like they had some mental lapses in the last few minutes, and like I just don't want to see that because the Liverpool team that won the league did not make any mistakes
yeah.
pre-COVID.
We
None.
honestly did the same thing against Norwich too. Like at the end of the game, Norwich had a bunch of chances.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's when Klopp makes subs, but I guess at the end of the game, once we already have it locked up, we're like, we know we're going to win this. Maybe we kind of get lazy, or we just kind of sink back in and defend. But yeah, I don't want to see that attack the entire game. You know what I mean? If it's working the
Can
whole
we?
time, what's up?
Sorry.
You
Go
should
ahead.
be.
Yeah. Can we say a little prayer or like send some thoughts out to Norwich, please?
Let's do
They
it. Go
start
ahead.
the season coming up to play Liverpool, then Man City, then Leicester in the league. Then they
Yep.
play Arsenal. I mean, we know Arsenal's not great, but that is just brutal.
There's no
That is
sympathy for him.
absolutely brutal.
The planners of the Premier League had no sympathy. They said, look, we're going to make sure that the top teams have it easy to go first, right? Liverpool, warm up against Norwich, then play Burnley, right? Man City, they were like, all right, we got to put at least one game in the first week, right? Let's put them against Tottenham. But then the next week, Norwich. They're going against Norwich. I mean, I feel like they must have made the schedule last, and they're just like, let's just destroy Norwich's confidence the first 4
I just
games
don't
of the
get it. Like
season.
they might not score until the 6th week of the season.
How nuts
So
is
they
that?
got Liverpool, City, Leicester. Then they play Arsenal. Then they get to play Watford. Okay.
That's
Then the
going to
next
be a
week, the very next week, they're playing
worst
Everton.
game to watch. Oh my god.
The very next week, they're playing Everton. And it's just like, wow,
I
you
feel like they could
guys.
surprise Everton. I
I
really
don't.
do.
I don't.
You
It's
don't?
possible. Of course, it's
Michael
possible.
Keane, the first 2 games of the season, I don't know if you guys have been watching like Everton. Michael Keane has made game deciding errors the first 2
That's
games of the
because he's
season.
not a Premier League caliber player. He should not
He's
be playing
straight
in the
up,
Premier League.
dude, he has straight up made carious errors in both games, and it's hysterical. It's like, and they got Yerry Mina and Mason Holgate. What other center backs do you have? Everton are actually pretty quality over the whole other part of the field. Then you get to defense, and it's like Luca Digne is outshining everybody in that defense, and they
Yeah.
have no center
Why is he
backs.
even playing Keane? Why is he playing?
They don't have. That's my point. I don't think they have anyone, dude. I don't think they have.
Go buy Kabak for 15 million
Yeah, no, honestly, they
or
could buy
10.
Kabak. No, he could be
Seriously.
free. I think Schalke are just trying to get rid of him.
Jeez.
Dude, it's too crazy.
Unreal.
Let's go over to the chat, bro. Yogesh, Sir Oswald saying Tsimikas or Robbo for the Chelsea game. That is the big question. That is the big question, and we'll discuss more of that here. Yogesh, really proud of Tsimikas. I love when we see our players growing to see what that with our own eyes, it's magical. Yeah. And you know what I love, Steve, is when a squad player does a performance like yesterday and he earns the respect of the fans and he immediately becomes a fan favorite. I'm
That's
serious.
because our fan base
Like,
is just
we
nuts.
love Tsimikas now.
Supporters? You say supporters love Tsimikas now?
Say it, break it up.
Oh. Up.
Hold on. You got to say it again. You're breaking up.
You said
gotta say it
supporters
again.
love Tsimikas now?
I just feel
Supporters
like with
love
that
Tsimikas
performance
now?
yesterday, or that is how you become a fan favorite. But everyone loves Tsimikas now, I feel
our
like.
fans are just so they're just nuts. Like one good game
That's,
and you're
I
just
don't
like the
think that's
king.
nuts.
Yeah, one good game
I
and you're the
think
king.
dude, it's more of an emotional attachment because look, Ragnar Klavan, he put in 2 great years of solid performance, but he scores that one goal. Was it Burnley or
Yeah.
Crystal Palace?
No, it was Burnley, I think.
And he's an
In the
absolute
rain.
legend.
That was like a
In the
Monday
rain.
game or like a Wednesday game.
93rd minute, just diving headfirst into the net to win it. This is what legends are made of, Steve.
But
This is
yeah,
what legends are
Costas.
made of.
You're not going to see much of him. That's the thing.
If
Rob will
Robertson's
be back
healthy,
for
no.
Chelsea probably, and then Costas you won't see him again until the cup games.
I think he could play some
You'll
Champions
never
League
see
games.
him rotated. No, yeah, against the scrubs.
Like
Group stage. Group stage.
No, that's what I'm saying. Group stage. Definitely group stage.
He'll never play over Robertson ever. Never. He'll never play over Robertson unless it's strictly for like an injury or a rotation or playing against a terrible side.
What if Klopp decides to rotate more at left back just to take the load off of Robertson? You think that's a possibility?
No.
I think it is.
In the league? Rotate Robertson?
Dude, I just feel like it depends on the side, like the quality of the side.
He's not
like
even going to rotate Van Dijk, who just came off a 10-month injury. He's not even going to rotate him. What makes you think he's going to rotate Robertson?
I don't. I'm just trying to be optimistic. Like, how do you just bench someone who's playing well? Like, it's hard.
That's true. Cal Hayward with Tsimikas, I think we.
Oh, my bad.
I think we saw some of his quality when he plays FA Cup games and Carabao games. It's just now he's gone way up a few notches. I don't agree. I don't think any of us knew or were excited about Costas Tsimikas. We want to see him play because it's like, well, what do we have in this guy? But I don't think anyone was like, oh, yeah, he's going to step in and be great. No, disagree.
Hold on. Just to be clear, you're basically saying no one thought he would step in and be good, but now that he is, it's good.
Well, he's saying I think we saw some of his quality. Like, what is that? I'm not exactly sure what that means. I've seen Minamino's quality at times. Like, does that mean moments of pace, a couple good crosses?
You see moments of his strengths. So, for example,
I guess,
his
but like
crossing
they're all professionals. They all have strengths. We're going to see a little bit here and there. All I'm saying is, Cal, thanks for your input here, but he was essentially commenting on the fact that I said none of us knew what we had in Tsimikas. And I stand by that. I don't think any of us did. But it's like,
I agree with that.
A breath of fresh air after yesterday. You're like, okay, we bought him for a reason,
and he's good.
He seems like he's developed and can fit in, and he could be real solid.
Yeah. John Cousin Ward. Good morning. What's up? And good morning to everyone else. Yeah, as well. Daddy Chill with the hot take of the week. We might have to start one of these. In my opinion, Elliott's the next Mbappe.
I mean, that could be a stretch, obviously, but
I feel like Elliott's the next Elliott.
I mean, he's good, man. He's real good.
He's good. He's good.
And I wanted him to get that assist. I'm so sad that was offside.
Oh, I know. And those are the things I'm talking about. Like the weight of that pass, the vision, the patience. He just stood there and waited. I mean, waited a little too long, obviously, but still. One thing I do want to say though, Harvey Elliott, right? I'm just gonna be devil's advocate here, Steve. He's played 110 minutes. We were talking about this yesterday, and he hasn't produced anything, right? Statistically, but he passes the eye test. And he's good. I'm not saying he's not. Okay. Is there an argument to be made if you're playing in a forward attacking midfield position, you should at least have a goal or an assist involvement? Because we know
10 minutes now.
All right. All I'm saying, the reason I say that is because Mane has it, Jota has it, Salah has it. Okay. And there have been the other players that have been consistently playing an attacking position so far this season. Elliott's the only one who doesn't yet. So that's all I'm saying. But at the same time,
I get what you mean, but you're essentially
Okay.
saying since he didn't score in his first Premier League start, should we be concerned?
yes, should we
He
be
played what,
concerned?
10, 20 minutes the game before?
Yeah, something like that. Something short.
I mean, I'm not concerned at all.
All right.
It says he has an assist. The heck?
That
He had an
can't be
assist
right.
last week?
Did he get an assist last week? No, that can't be
No.
right.
So no, it doesn't look like he's only played 97 minutes.
90. What app is this?
Oh, this hasn't updated yet. This is who scored.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, this is legit because it says 97 minutes.
All right. Who scored? I actually trust who scored. But hold on a second. No way. Where's it? What assist?
No. There's no assist.
Now I might just have to take away my point that I had. I just got to look up Harvey Elliott now. Bear with us, Reds. Subscribe to the channel. Hold on.
He's played 90, 97, 98 minutes. No goals, no assists.
That's what I thought. Okay. 2 of 2 matches played. 85% pass accuracy, though. Yeah, I mean, like, stats don't mean too much. Yeah, he's 18 years old. Another thing I want to bring up is, didn't Raheem Sterling make his debut at 17?
Could have been less.
That's what I'm saying. He's young. And, oh, God, he was so good with us when he was young. Harvey Elliott is going to be the same exact player, dude. I'll be honest. 2 years ago, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know if it was Ornstein. It was someone. Someone was talking about welcome if you haven't been on the Harvey Elliott train for the last 2 years. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, are people actually claiming territory right now? Like, I knew Harvey Elliott was going to be good way back when he was 16. It's like, shut up.
Well, I mean, he was like the youngest player to ever play in the Premier League or something, wasn't he? For Fulham?
I think so.
Something insane, something crazy.
Yeah.
And then we bought him, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he was linked with Madrid. You know that story. And we ended up getting him. And he just turns up at Blackburn Rovers. But it's like, I don't think anyone is like, we need to – when we have a youngster on loan who's doing well, or we have someone in the U23s, U18s, whatever, no one's really thinking of themselves like, this is the kid who needs to be playing in the first team. No one really knows. Maybe you guys over there who actually like, maybe you do go and watch the under 21 games, or you do go and watch random games where you see loanies. Maybe you know more than we do. But I'm not thinking to myself, even after last season, I wasn't like, Harvey Elliott should probably be starting next season. I was like, Harvey Elliott is going to be part of this team and he's going to be a good player going forward. But I think he surprised us all. He's a quality, creative midfielder. And I feel like he can even play on the wing.
Harvey. I think he's a winger.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's like Shaqiri 2.0, but he's going to be a lot better.
Oh, God.
He can do either. We can't stick him on the right if Salah's there.
No. And that's why Salah played as a literal striker yesterday.
I like Harvey in the midfield as like an attacking role. And I think it will look even better when Fabinho's in there and Hendo, or Fabinho and Thiago, or Hendo and Thiago. The thing is, when we're playing in big games, it has to be those three, I think. Like, have we even had a chance to really see that one? Fabinho, Hendo, and Thiago?
No, because, Fabinho, of course, his father passed away. Hendo was just coming back from injury. And I think Thiago is actually coming back from injury too. He had a slight injury. So we haven't
even if we've seen it once, like, I don't know, but we haven't seen it for like a solid run of games. I think that's the lineup.
It is.
If we're playing PSG tomorrow in the Champions League, that's the lineup.
And then you rotate in Keita, or you sub Keita on.
Yeah, and I think like Fabinho sits back a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Hendo and Thiago obviously have more ability going forward. Like they'll roam forward a little bit more and kind of interchange. But I just don't think like these are the games for Harvey Elliott to play. Like I don't think he'll start against Chelsea.
No, but he's getting appearances. He's getting appearances. No. Yeah, and it's kind of like how Curtis Jones was playing last year. I mean, Curtis Jones every so often would get in the lineup there. But even in why I brought it up was because Curtis Jones was getting appearances in the Champions League group stages, like consistently. Like he was starting in the group stages. And I'm thinking, will Klopp do that with Tsimikas? Will he do it with Harvey Elliott? I mean, he could if he wanted to. I feel like the side has enough quality to where even if you just rotate one player, we're still going to just do amazing. I don't know. It's just something that I'm thinking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What are
no, I
people in the
think
chat
I
saying?
think the stars align for him right now
Yeah.
because this season started and it's like we know, or even I was like a little unsure, is he quality enough to play in the Premier League for us?
Yeah.
I didn't know, but based on the circumstances, the crappy teams we've played, no disrespect, and like the injuries, like Fabinho being out, you got to play. Ox having a baby, congrats to them.
John
I don't
Connick,
know.
I just want to talk about this for a second before you go on, Steve. This is what I'm talking about. So Van Dijk's ball to Harvey. He chests it up to himself. He chests it twice. He just
Twice.
chests it twice. Beautiful control. And then first time, but not first time technically, but hits it to Trent. Trent's first time ball to Mane. Mane first time finish. That football, you know what that reminded me of? The Hoffenheim breakaway.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Good
It's
one.
just, that is just quality football, man. I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
Well, yeah, Elliot's got skill, man. Like he's got talent. He was born with a gift.
Yeah.
You can just tell. He's a boy among men, and he's just getting hammered. He's not flopping. He's strong. He's physical.
He's
He's
not
built for the
flopping.
league.
He's getting literally mauled.
Yeah, people are trying to send a message to him because he's a kid, and he doesn't say a
Yeah.
word. He just gets up and jogs back over to the right side where he's
And
supposed
the
to be.
ref is doing it too. I noticed against Norwich, the ref wasn't giving him anything, which is fine. You have to earn your place in the Premier League, but it's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny
It's
to
funny.
see
Yeah,
the ref.
there's guys like Burnley is a perfect example. Getting banged around, trying to get a message, trying to send a message to the young kid. He's got ice in his veins. He's a different breed. He's going to be really good, and I'm really glad we have him.
Same here. I just want to give a quick shout out. I saw him earlier, 1892 Reds podcast in here. Go check them out. Good guys over there. Ryan Johnston, we're good. How are you doing? JW Young changed it to Joey Young. Absolutely love it. Joey, what's up? That's way better. I'm just going to say, what's up, Joey? Harvey or Jones may sub for Chelsea. Yeah. So, yeah, let's look forward to Chelsea, Steve. So, if we
Depends on
took
the
the
score.
midfield we had yesterday between Hendo and Keita in the 4-4-2, let's just classify Harvey as a midfielder for now. Going up against this midfield, I think that you're right. I think if there's a time to play our strong midfield, like you were talking about, Hendo, Thiago, and Fabinho, or, let's just say Fabinho doesn't play because of personal reasons. I think he'll be back, but let's just say he doesn't play. Hendo, Thiago, Keita. I mean, you that's still a quality midfield. I would put our midfield players up against any midfield in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care if it's Conte, Jorginho, and Mount. I don't care if you throw Kovacic in there. I really don't care. I feel like our midfield is just so freaking good.
Well, and this is a problem I have with like Chelsea. Chelsea's not going to win the Premier League. No one thinks they're going to win the Premier League. They won the Champions League. Very impressive. They dominated City like 3 games in a row last year. They beat Madrid. They deserved to win the Champions League.
They were good.
But in no way, shape, or form is anyone like legitimately worried about Chelsea long term in the Premier League. It's just a very, very long season. And like Conte is a world-class player. We know that. But he wasn't great in the Premier League last year. Jorginho, he was solid in the Champions League.
I know you're not a Jorginho fan.
He's slow.
Yeah.
He's really, really slow. And like Thiago, Hendo, and Fabinho are all better than him. Like much better than him.
Yeah.
And then Mount isn't even like a traditional midfielder. He scores a lot and he gets a lot of credit. He gets assists, but like
he's an attacking
he's
mid,
not going to
left
sit
mid.
there for 90 minutes and bang in the middle with Fabinho. I am not worried about their midfield at all. Okay.
You can't just bang with Fabinho and Henderson. You can't do it.
You got Thiago dancing around you.
Yeah.
He's outclassed. It's not even It's not even about the
Thiago
midfield
will
for me.
gets a yellow card within the first 5 minutes of the game starting, and your ankle is snapped in half. You're not going to play your best game. You know what I mean?
No. Mm. And then Thiago gets tired, whatever. Pull him out in the 60th. Here comes James Milner. Hey, Mason, you ever heard of me?
Yeah, you thought you were going to get some time off with
I'm
this
going to
sub.
harass
Nope.
you for the next 35 minutes, and you're going to touch the ball, and you're going to wish you never did.
Wait, 25 minutes.
What do you mean?
You said
Here comes the
65th minute.
Yeah, there's usually 5 minutes.
Oh! I thought you said 65th. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I was just
trying to get me on the technicality here, guys. Anyway,
am.
sorry for my rant. I am not worried about Chelsea. I'm not worried about Chelsea at all.
So what are the people thinking about the midfield in the chat here? We got Cal Hayward saying probably Fabinho, Hendo, Millie. It's actually a good point. Milner starting. He might start. Georgie Ward. Georgie, what's up? Hey, Kyle. How long is Oxlade-Chamberlain gone for personal reasons? Well, he had his child. I saw it. It was the first post I saw on Instagram today. His kid was born. So, good for Ox. He could probably be on the bench next week. I feel like he has a week off. That's plenty of time. Klopp's going to give him a few days with his family. But these players, like, even if they have a kid, they spend a few days with their family and they're back with the team. It's not like they're out for weeks. But yeah, Liz, James freaking Milner, yeah, probably going to be in the midfield here. I guess Southampton just scored against United, so that's solid.
All right, they did. They had Che Adams. Let me steal the mic here for a second. So,
of course,
what did I say?
You said, "Can I steal the mic for a second?"
Did you correct how I said Che Adams?
No.
Oh.
I said Che Adams is a legend.
You guys better tell him to stop correcting me.
Anyways, I say it differently, Steve.
All right, listen.
Chelsea, are you that arrogant that you think because I say it differently, I'm correcting you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I do. Anyways,
well, you need to get it together.
Scheduled programming. Chelsea beat Crystal Palace last week. Okay. Woohoo. Today they got Arsenal.
What are you getting at? Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good game.
That's a derby, right?
Yeah, it's a London derby.
North London derby.
Now you're just doing it on purpose. No, I'm
not. Listen. Then they have us. Okay? Then they play Aston Villa. They're no scrubs. Then they play Tottenham.
I like Aston Villa.
Danny Ings. Then they play Tottenham. Then they play Man City. Then their schedule loosens up. But Chelsea's got a tough run of games here.
Yeah.
We're going to see what they're made of. I think you're going to say, wow, Steven, you were right. Chelsea doesn't stand a chance in this league.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Up for the Champions League.
I never disagreed with you. I think where Chelsea went wrong, you were saying this yesterday. They didn't focus on chemistry. They bought the best players possible. And they did it in a short amount of time. So they brought in Lukaku, right? God, what is it with these big clubs bringing back players that they already had? It's just the stupidest thing. Oh, my God. Pogba and Lukaku, it's just absolutely stupid. Anyways, bringing back Lukaku, okay? You bring in Timo Werner a year or 2 years ago, whenever the hell they brought him in. I can't even remember when that saga ended. And you have forwards like Havertz, Ziyech, Mason Mount. Who else? Who else are their attack? They just have so much quality going forward, but they're not worried about chemistry. That's where they fall apart. Like, you say their defending is good, and I agree. Their defending is great, and that's what's keeping them in the league. Their attack, there's no chemistry there yet. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people, they look at these names. They look at Havertz. They look at Ziyech, Mount, Pulisic. That's the other one I was thinking of, Pulisic. And they're like, wow, Chelsea might have the best attack in the league. It's like, no, they don't.
That's a joke.
No, they don't.
That's an actual joke.
It's like they might have the best FIFA rating players. They don't have the best attack in the league. Dude.
Oh my God! Like Lukaku, he's been really good since he left the Premier League. I'll give him credit.
Yeah,
we know what he is. We know exactly what he is. Havertz, Premier League flop. Only thing you can say to me is he scored in the Champions League final. 1 goal. He tapped it in. No one cares. He's been a flop. Ziyech. What do he cost? 50, 60 million?
That's what I'm saying.
He's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. He's Keita. He's like Keita. Nothing.
He has. You got to give him more time. I mean, he's only been here for what, a year and a half or something?
I understand, but I can only go off of what I've seen. I can't say, Oh, yeah, Ziyech is still a great player. I haven't seen him play great in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Everyone hates on Werner. So glad we didn't get Werner. At least he's there and he's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, best ability
Like
is
he could turn
availability.
it
We know
around.
that.
He could turn it around. I don't want to bash Timo Werner here. This is more so about like Havertz and Ziyech and people thinking
Yeah, and we're
they're
really just
still
looking forward to that Chelsea game. You know what I mean? We're just looking at like what Chelsea have, and I think it's going to be a great game. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I'm just thinking about Chelsea here. Rashayan
last thing
here.
here. Chad Ford.
Ryan.
Havertz is on 290K a week. Don't pull it up, Kyle. Do your thing. I just had to throw that out there. 290K.
People need to know. 290K. Are you joking? Salah's about to get a contract extension, and he won't be making that much. It's a joke.
How
Absolute
many goals
joke.
Havertz have last year?
I don't probably like 3 at most. It was just horrible. Rashayan here, and I know it's Ryan. God, I just the names. I apologize, Ryan. I'm just for ease of talking. I'm going to say Ryan. I completed watching all your past videos. That's right. Ryan reached out to me. He watched all of our old Sunday summaries and streams and everything. Credit to you because that stuff is just cringeworthy. I couldn't sit and every once in a while I'll go and listen, but good for you. Appreciate that. Yogesh says he'll be happy with the draw. Chelsea are quite strong for Arsenal. I think he's talking about the actual match itself.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Today's match. Yeah.
Yep. Rocky LFC, what's going on? Having Pulisic and Werner on the bench is better than having Shaq and Origi. I mean, you make a good point there, but I would argue Shaq might actually have more of an impact when he's subbed on than some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Pulisic.
Pulisic is a great player.
Pulisic
is a great player. He's a great player.
He's so good.
Werner's a squad guy.
Unless he steps it up big time this season, he's a squad guy for sure.
He has to score 20 goals, or he's just not what we thought he could be.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have to score 20 goals.
Now, I want to go to something we were talking about yesterday before the stream. We were talking about what our squad is capable of this season. We've seen a very thin squad so far this season against low-quality opposition. But when we look at the performances put in by Mane and Jota and Salah so far, okay? And then Bobby is at this point in the season a super sub right now. Think about that for a second. That just shows how much quality is in this side. What are you expecting productivity-wise from everyone, including the midfield, like goals, okay? Because we've talked about what Chelsea have going forward, their lack of ability to finish, but Mane looks back to the form he was in previous seasons, at least from the first 2 games in the eye test, okay? I mean, he only has a goal, but I mean, he doesn't have an assist, right? No. Does he have an assist? I don't think he has an assist. Doesn't matter. But Diogo Jota, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's our, what's the phrase? Pocket ace? No. He's the trick up our sleeve or something.
He's really good.
I just feel like Diogo Jota is slept on in this league. He might be right now the most productive forward in the Premier League. If you look at like his last 20 matches, the guy has like 15 goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like Salah and Jota. Oh my God, I could just rant about this.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start this week. Like, people need to keep, be conservative in their expectations.
Yeah.
Bobby still fits the system to a T.
He does.
He still changes how a game is played when he's in there. It's a totally different game. I would like to see them all 4 of them at the same time. I just don't know if we're going to end up seeing that. That's the thing.
The last time we saw that was 17-18 in the Champions League when they were all just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just put Hendo and Fabinho behind them and then just let those 4 play up front?
Because you're risking playing them all 4 of them at one time is a risk. Klopp knows that. Even if it's our best team, we saw it like once last year where all of them were playing at the same time. It's just a risk. I don't think Klopp would do that. That's just my opinion. Chad says Klopp hates 4-2-3-1, but he played a 4-2-3-1 yesterday, Chad. So it's like he doesn't hate it that much. I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't want to play all 4 players at the same time. Dermot says we'll win 3-1 next weekend, no problem.
I'm
Bold
not worried about
prediction.
Chelsea. Like, I'm just not at all for anything.
Yeah.
They win the Champions League. It's like, oh my God. It's probably how people felt about us, honestly, when we won it. But we also lost the league by what, 1 point that year?
Yeah. So just crazy time for the Premier
And we had a
League.
catastrophic season last year. And we still finished right with Chelsea,
Third.
right?
Still finished third. Yeah, I think
Above Chelsea.
Chelsea finished fourth, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's absurd.
That's
Our
pretty
season
crazy.
was embarrassing. Like, I was like wearing my kit like under my coat. I didn't even want people to see. No, I'm just kidding.
Up until
Just
April.
yeah, dude. It's like we were the best team in the league, and then New Year hit, we were the worst, and then we were the best again.
Mm.
It was just overall, it was a terrible season. We finished above Chelsea. That's why the Champions League is such a beautiful thing. That's why I'm so glad that it's not going anywhere
Yeah.
because anyone can win it.
But I think
But
didn't they
winning a
change the
Premier League
format
is
this year?
much harder, in my opinion.
I think they
What?
changed the Champions League format this year. So now it's so now every team plays like 10 games or 10 matches. There's no I don't know if this is this season or next season or if it's just a proposed idea, but the Champions League, the new Champions League format gets rid of group stage games. So everyone plays, you're seeded based on, past ability, prestige, all that stuff. And then you play 10 games, randomly assigned games against all the teams that qualified for the Premier or for the Champions League. And then based on your record in those 10 games, you get advanced to the next round and there's like 16 teams, but then they add another 8 or something. And those 8 teams have a playoff to see who gets in. It's crazy. It's actually
Too many games.
it's way too many games, but they just increased it. I feel like I'm trying to figure out when that takes effect.
They want to make more money. That's all it is.
Of course
That's
they do.
way too many games.
So many games, dude. It's just a problem for these players.
How am I going to
It's
get
a
off work
like,
for another 15
they have no
games?
time off in the summer. There's no dude. It's a problem because they don't have any time off because most of the top players are playing international tournaments. It's like, when do these guys sleep?
Well, World Cup's next year, right?
Holy crap! No,
2022.
wait.
They didn't push it back, did they?
They probably wouldn't. But think about that. You got Euros and World Cup in back-to-back summers. If that's the case, it's just too much football.
No, that's exactly what it is. Because Euros was supposed to be in 20, and then there's the World Cup's next year. Should we play?
You and I?
Should we join the USA team?
I'll do it.
Jeez,
I'm
what are we
down.
waiting for? I gotta go. I gotta get out there right now. Start training in
gotta do
Hurricane
some-
Henry.
Diving headers
Yeah.
in the front yard. Man. Georgie Ward says, I think Liverpool will win 5-0 next week. I love the optimism. Yeah, there will be a watch along for the Chelsea match. Let's talk about LFC news now. We've talked about Chelsea and the lineup for a long time now. Look, Salah's new contract. Hendo hasn't officially signed it, but we've extended all the important players for the most part. We still have Salah, and we're waiting on Hendo to agree the deal. Okay. Salah, $250K a week. Well deserved. Give me your thoughts on it, Steve, if that's the actual true nature of his contract.
It's not even enough, in my opinion. I get why it's not higher if that is the number, but this guy could make 900K a week somewhere.
They would.
He could go somewhere that's not in a financial crisis and make 900,000 a week. That's what Griezmann's making. 880 or something.
Griezmann,
not about it for him. Not about the money.
I can't. When you told me that, I actually went and looked it up. He is making that amount, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely nuts. Oh boy, not him says 300K a week. I feel like that is the max that Liverpool would give him, and I still don't think they're going to give him 300K a week. I think he's going to end up getting 250 because then he's making like 50K more than the next highest earner, which is a good gap. And I feel like that's what they're selling to him. They're saying, look, you're making 50K more than our next highest earner, and look at the quality of the team. Okay. Not to mention Liverpool, they probably give him bonuses. They probably give him incentives. You probably have all this other stuff like perks. He might have access to planes and, he bring his family in whenever he wants. There's so many deep things in these contracts that we don't even see aside from just the wage.
True that.
Joey, Neil Jones, this is what I was talking about. Reports Salah will be on 250K a week. I believe bonuses will push up to 300 to 350, as it should, like Steve was saying. What else we got? Steve is 10 million. Hold on. Steve is 10 million. Liverpool could sign him.
Me.
Oh, I
10
see what you're
million in the
saying.
market.
10 mil? That's worth more than Shaqiri, Steve. That's pretty interesting.
Shaqiri's worth 25, 20, 18. People
He
are
is, dude. He has to be. Trying to bid for Shaqiri for 6 mil. It's an absolute joke. Liz says, yes, I'll make more with incentives, 100%. Rocky, we should definitely buy a forward, someone like Nani Maduku, young and high potential and homegrown. He'll be 70, 80 mil player in a couple of seasons.
What are we going to do with a young forward right now?
Warm the bench.
Rocky, what are we going to do with a young forward right now? Like, what's the age of this guy? How much is he going to cost? Let me know in the chat.
I think he's
I've
a
heard
Belgian.
this before. Buy a young forward. Who and why?
Yeah. And this builds right into it. Dermot's asking, do you think we need any additions before the window closes? This is a good little chat to end the show with. We got about 10 to 15 minutes left. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it.
We don't need. It would be nice to have, but we don't need. Georgie, thank you, pal.
Yeah. I love you too, Steve.
Thanks, guys. I just
look. We're making Steve blush. Steve's getting all nervous. He's like, oh. Yeah, we don't need anybody. Have you guys watched the last 2 games that we've played? The amount of quality and just chemistry this team has is the best in the Premier League. I don't care. This team has virtually been together since 2016. Like, of course, we've had additions, but this team, the core of this team has been together since Klopp took over, basically. Since he brought in Matip, he had Henderson, Wijnaldum. It doesn't matter. This team's chemistry is unmatched, and the quality is unmatched. Like you say, week to week, people just want the shiny new toys, bro. Mm-hmm. They feel like you need every window. You should be buying someone new. Otherwise, you're not getting better. And my question to you guys in the chat is, who are you going to buy that's going to make the team better? Excluding Mbappe and Haaland and those guys. Who are you going to buy that is, one, going to be put in the lineup ahead of any of their current players we have, and 2, that's going to be better and more productive? Please tell me, because I don't think there's anyone out there. I feel like you could buy young players to build for the future, but there is no one out there right now, I feel like, that is going to make this team better without affecting morale and everything like that.
Well, Rocky says this guy Maduku, sorry if I'm butchering that name, 19 years old, around 30 to 35 million. I'm not putting 30 to 35 million into somebody that's not going to play right now. We just did that with Konate. You guys know we don't have a ton of funds, apparently. If we're going to buy somebody, it has to be someone that can play. Someone that's like really good.
Yeah.
Not someone that's going to cost 30 to 35 million and then be worth 70 or 80 million in 2 years, because we'll never sell him.
Yeah, we do
not sell players.
Yeah.
Like, selling Origi and Harry Wilson, that is literally just to get them out of the club. There's no real profit there. I feel like small chump change.
Chump change for the club, but I mean, Harry Wilson, 12.5 mil. I think he's homegrown academy product, I'm pretty sure. So it's like we made excluding all the wages we've paid him and everything. If you really want to calculate the profit, then it's 12.5 million. Yeah, it's small. But we've probably, over the course of his career, we've probably spent a couple million on his wages and stuff. So I mean, it's like
on everything. Yeah.
So you think about it that way.
We're not a selling club. Coutinho is the exception.
Don L.
Kyle is frozen. Kyle is officially frozen. Is he frozen for you guys too? Am I frozen? What's going on here? Let's
go. Never that happened. I'm gonna hold on. We're frozen. Steve, you coming back to me? No.
I can see you now.
There he is. There he is. Thank God. Okay, so we're back. We lost some viewers, but it doesn't matter. All right. Don Ellis, why can Man City get better and we can't? Valid point.
How'd they get better?
However, that's what I was going to say. Go ahead, Steve.
How'd they get better, Don? No, I mean, that's a legitimate question. Let me know. How'd they get better?
I don't think they
Anyone.
have. They've gotten more depth.
They lost Aguero, even though he's always hurt. How'd they get better? Let me know, please. Please let me know. They re-signed Fernandinho. Who else did they buy anybody? Like really good that I can't think of? City. Oh,
Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish. Jeez, I knew I forgot something. I don't know if that makes them better.
Dude, Jack Grealish,
100
bro.
million
I mean,
price
he
tag does
scored.
not make a club better. I'm sorry. It doesn't.
That's my point. And it's like buy 115 million for Lukaku. Does that make Chelsea better? Maybe. It actually might make Chelsea better. But it's just like we don't need to spend like this, dude. We do not need to spend. I need to take this away here. Joey brings up Haaland 77 mil next summer. We need a right wing striker as Jota Minamino can cover left and center. Oh, Haaland. Liz, if Kyle and Steve sign for the club, do Origi and Shaq take over the streams? See, these are the questions we need answered. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably.
I can't. Who else?
I don't think anyone could handle the stream aside from them.
This is too much for anybody else.
People are they got a thing going where we're actually transferring in Europe. They're getting all the news breaking in the chat right now.
Oh my goodness.
So
yeah,
look,
guys, I don't know if Man City got better. Sorry. Just because they bought Jack Grealish doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
He was really good, and I know that, and his market value is way up, but he plays on the left over there. Like, that means Sterling's not going to play that much.
No. He's been playing in the midfield.
But every time I see him, he's carrying the ball up the left. Every single time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a left midfielder.
Okay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But Sterling is still playing on the wing. I get what you're saying. Plus, Man City, well, yesterday he was. He started in the first game against Tottenham. But what's weird is I feel like the side they put out yesterday was way stronger than the one they played against Tottenham. I feel like because Nathan Ake started against Tottenham, and I'm thinking to myself, what? I forgot Nathan Ake. They bought Nathan Ake for 41 million. He's played 5 games. And it's like, guys, think to yourself, that's exactly what we would be doing. We would be buying these players.
What we would be doing.
We'd be buying these players that you guys are talking about, 40, 30, 40, 50 million, and they don't play.
Look at Konate, guys. Guys, please. I told you. He's not even sniffing. He doesn't even carry cleats to the stadium. Boots. So why do teams buy players then? Because they have to. Because they can spend it. Because they have money to spend.
To answer that question for Don, I feel like teams buy players obviously to get better. My point isn't the means of getting better. My point is, even if we buy the top players, I don't think they will make us better. I feel like we're that good, Don.
Well, here's the other thing. We know why they buy players, because they want to get better. They want to add a quality player to their team. It's not why do they buy players, it's do they actually get better by buying players.
Right.
I can say with confidence we get better with the players we bought over the last 5 years. More specifically, the Van Dijk, Fabinho, Alisson scenario. That year and a half. Right. We got better.
Excuse me.
We needed players like that. We needed a real goalkeeper.
And then after that, we started building the depth of the squad. Tsimikas, Jota, Konate.
Like Man City didn't need Jack Grealish.
No, they bought him because he was a hot prospect.
They played the Champions League final and won the Premier League. They don't need Jack Grealish for 100 million. What?
Why would there's so many? I feel like, Steve, there are so many players that are so much better than Jack Grealish on this planet that you could have gotten for half the price. Half the price, dude. You could have gotten better players. Like, look, Jack Grealish for Aston Villa last season. Did he even have 10 and 10? He did. I feel like he had like 6 goals and 7 assists.
I'm not sure, but let's see. Pull up the Bachelor's most recent comment here.
Where are we at? The Bachelor.
About Konate.
You got to pull up Jack Grealish's stats last season. The Bachelor says it's too soon to talk about Konate, and Kyle sounds like Klopp when he's saying he is happy with the squad. I am. I am so happy with the squad. And the reason I'm happy with the squad is because they're building it how I would want to build it. You don't need to go into the transfer market to solve all your problems. You can bring up Harvey Elliott. You can bring up Curtis Jones. Okay? We brought in Konate because we were relying on players that didn't quite have the ability yet. All right? Nat Phillips. As much as we love Nat Phillips, and much as he did so incredible last season, he's just not going to play this season. He's just not. All right? But he was he's like an academy guy who came up through the youth system. Okay? My point is that Liverpool are so good and they're such a well-oiled machine. They have such good chemistry. We don't need to spend $100 million to solve a talent problem. We just don't need to do it.
I'm having trouble here.
That's all right.
Wait. Aston Villa. Here we go.
Chad Ford, the injury record for our midfielders last season is shocking. Well, how about the defense?
6 goals, 10 assists.
See, all right, so 6 goals, 10 assists. Is that $100 million for you, Steve? The eye test.
I mean, Coutinho's numbers were probably somewhat similar, and he went for a lot more.
Yeah, no, Coutinho, Coutinho was like a 10 and 15 guy at something around there, and he went for a lot more. But it was because of the value to the team, right? So, for example, that's why Aston Villa sold him for $100 million. Jack Grealish last season for Aston Villa was top-notch. Best player on the field for them by far. And he was creating everything for them for the most part. I feel, at least just watching the games. Coutinho was the same way for us, right? I just don't feel like... Was Coutinho worth $142 million? Maybe we valued him at that, and Michael Edwards got that price. Do you think Coutinho
it's easy
was
to
worth
say
that,
no
though?
that he wasn't now, because
right, of course,
he turned out
hindsight.
to be nothing. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And then to answer the Konate thing, it is too early to talk about Konate. But we didn't buy him because he's going to make our starting 11 better. That's my only point.
I agree with you. I don't feel, but dude, if you saw Konate in preseason, you clearly see why we brought him in. He's great. He's really good. But even Joe Gomez can't get past Matip in the starting 11. Even if Gomez is great, Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion, is the best starting center back pairing in the Premier League.
I think it's the other way around, but it's fine. Gomez is like coming off a major injury. We'll see what happens. I don't care. But yeah, like it's really hard for him, the Konate, to get in.
Yeah.
People are just so excited. It's like people forget, and I don't know how many different ways I can say this. We won the Premier League with the starting 11, minus Jota, that you're going to see all the time, relatively. Maybe Thiago's in there, here and there, you know?
Yeah.
Then we lost one game up until Christmas, and that was that weird 7-2 defeat to Aston Villa.
It's just so weird.
We absolutely destroyed everything with this lineup. Then we had the injuries. The Virgil van Dijk injury caught up to us. The Gomez injury caught up to us. You get Thiago and Jota that come in and immediately done. Right?
Yeah.
Henderson. Like, do I have to continue?
You
Bobby, Mane, trash. Like, when this team is healthy and this whole team is playing, we are the best team in the league. It's not even close. It's not even close. The last time we had this 11 or these people available, we ran away with the league by 50,000 points.
Yeah.
And then we were in first place until the injuries happened last year.
Yep.
Please don't forget. Please don't forget. Spending money does not make you better. Getting Jadon Sancho may not make Man United better. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry because it's the truth. Like, you cannot say that one signing makes a team better until, one, you see how the player fits into the team, right? And two, what they accomplish because of bringing that player in. Like, for us, it's tangible evidence. When we brought in Alisson and Van Dijk, what happened? We won the Champions League. We won the Premier League. Like, clearly those signings made us better, okay? But right now, with the level of quality in the squad, you can't buy anyone, in my opinion, that makes you better. That's just who I think. Anyways, Scouser Gamer.
Last thing.
Go ahead. You go real quick.
Chelsea buys Werner, Havertz. I think Thiago Silva was a free. Chilwell. I don't remember who else. Spent a ton of money last year. Their manager got fired 3 months later. You know what made Chelsea better? Their new manager.
Yes.
Shoring up their defense. It wasn't Werner. It wasn't Havertz, guys. It wasn't even Thiago Silva. And it certainly wasn't Chilwell.
It was the coach.
It was a new style of play. It was solid play at the back. And Conte finally waking up in the Champions League. That's how they won the Champions League. It's not because they spent money. As you can see, spending money got them nothing in the Premier League and got their manager, a legend of their club, sent to the sidewalk.
They don't care about managers over there, and it's just ridiculous. Like, the average tenure at Chelsea is like under 2 years, bro. It's absolutely insane. Scouts Gamer Andy asks, can Minamino play false nine? Minamino can play anywhere across the front line, just like Mane can, just like, well, not Firmino, and just like Jota can. We have versatile players that play up front. Chad Ford says, Keita, Ox, Nico, Minamino, Origi, Shaqiri aren't good enough. I think I might agree with everyone in that list except Keita and Ox. I'm just saying.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Kyle.
You're saying someone like Haaland wouldn't help us score more goals.
Who said that?
Boo Rida. We also said
no.
we're not
All right,
talking
so
about those big names.
Real quick, just to clarify this. Before the argument started, I wasn't sure if you were in the stream or not, Boo Rida, but I clarified, excluding players like Mbappe and Haaland. That's what I said. Who else are you going to bring in to make this better? Like, there's clear outliers. You know what I mean? But look, Rocky LFC. Buying players is not always about improving the starting 11. Building a squad where we can start up any player without much drop-off from the starting 11. And that, I think, is what my point is that we have that right now. Like, Klopp has built that team already.
People are thinking about it all wrong. They're thinking about the name and the face of Divock Origi. That's what they're thinking about. But he's not going to get in there very often, guys. There's a reason he sits on the bench every single match.
Yeah.
It's because we have Firmino, Jota, Mane, Salah, Harvey Elliott's making noise up there. Who's the other one? Ox. Mm-hmm. Apparently he's going to play more central or more forward. Am I missing it? Shaq? But I don't even know what his deal is. I think he's actually gone.
No, he is. He hasn't even been in the squad for like any of the games.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
And then people see like Origi and they like panic. It's like, well, how often is he actually going to play?
Right. He might get thrown on at the end of a game.
So you want to get rid of Origi and bring in who?
A better player that plays just
sit
as much
on the bench all year.
Yeah, that's my point. You make a great point. It's like, why would you bring in someone, quote unquote, better than Origi to sit on the bench the same amount of time? It's like, I don't know, dude. It's just I don't know. Look, let's end it with some channel members' thoughts here. Keita just needs to stay fit. We can't rely on him until he's proven his match fitness, especially if Klopp wants him to replace Genie, who was a machine. Yeah, and when Keita came off the field yesterday when he was subbed off, Klopp gave him a hug and they were smiling. They were probably laughing about the fact that he's still healthy, knock on wood. But I'm serious. You laugh, but I'm dead serious, man. Keita you were saying it yesterday, Steve, he looks stronger. He looks more fit. That's what it's all about. I'm excited for next weekend, Steve. You got closing thoughts, bro? This was a good show. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
I could talk about this forever. Dermot wants me to bring a special beer next year for the beverage of the week. I might, but it's a kid's show. We'll see. I'm
amped.
Listen. Oh, here's the one. Rocky. We're a quality starting 11, but not a quality squad. Can you be confident of winning a game if we start Minamino, Origi, and Shaq? When would that ever happen, Rocky?
Hey, wait. Can I hit Rocky with it's going to shut it down. The last time we started Origi and Shaq together, Do you remember the Barcelona game? Like, Rocky, where you been, bro? Sure, Origi
Rocky,
and
this would
Shaq.
never happen, pal. This would never happen.
It would only happen if we had those injuries like we did that day. Bobby was out and Salah was out. We had Mane, Origi, and Shaq in the front line, and we won 4-0. That's all I'm saying. We love
I
you,
don't
Rocky.
think that's replicable. Like, I don't think they'll keep doing that. But
No.
you guys are building these insane scenarios in your head about who would start if 5 players up front like vanished tomorrow. They're not going anywhere.
Now, he does say during AFCON. I'm not even going to get into that because that is just...
You're thinking about like a 5-day period 3 months from now. Dude, chill out. Chill.
Oh,
please. Man. Relax. It's Sunday. Relax.
It's the Sunday summary.
It's the Sunday freaking summary. You're worried about AFCON in Origi, in Minamino. My goodness.
Oh, man. I love you guys. I love you guys.
You need to worry about Milner coming back. Robertson coming back. I ain't worried about Origi.
What a show. What a time to be alive.
My goodness.
God, Steve. I just can't do it anymore. Just, guys, where is the optimism? Where is the realistic mindset? We got to keep it. We got to keep it.
Mane could pick up a knock and miss 6 games. He's going to miss 2 guaranteed for AFCON. 2.
Yeah, and maybe a cup game or something. And it's like, yes, there's a possibility he gets injured, right? Knock on wood. But it's such a minimal chunk of games from the rest of the season.
Play 38 league games. How many games in the FA Cup? I don't know.
If we make
Let's
it
just
past...
say 5. Let's just say 5 because we'll
if we're
lose at some
lucky.
point.
If we're lucky.
Champions League. So that's another 15. Is that right?
Ish. Yeah, sure.
Whatever. 15, 5 is 20, plus 38, 58. 60 games. Let's just say we play 60, 65 games. I'll be damned if I'm worried about Divock Origi playing in 2 of them.
Oh, God, that's so true.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. There's so many options before that happens. And it's like, we're trying to sell Divock, guys. We're trying to sell him. Just there's no buyer, so that's why he's still here. Look, shout out to everyone who tuned in today. We had a lot of good chat with a lot of people. We appreciate you guys being here every Sunday. Next Sunday, 9 a.m., same time. We're going to be crushing it. I think, and the Chelsea game is Saturday, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I think so.
That's
what I'm laughing at.
No, this is basically what I'm about. Look, don't worry about
I know
the
you guys
future.
want to chat about AFCON and the squad depth, but let's relax a little bit. Let's relax. We'll know. We knew we needed center backs. We knew that. I don't know what we need up front yet.
Yeah,
It's always January.
It's always January.
Always January, and there's still time left. I ain't gonna sit here and waste my time worried about if Origi's on the bench. I might have to play a couple games this year. I can't.
You don't have time. I don't have time.
There's no time for that. Rocky, I love you, but there's no time to worry about these very, very minuscule things.
It's just a waste. It puts too much stress. Way too much stress.
Jeez.
God, I absolutely love it. Great talk today. Great show, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give the stream a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And Steve, you're the absolute man. Just so you know.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's been real, guys. It's been real.
Yep.
Get here at 9 a.m. next Sunday.
Yeah, Steve, right? Get here at 9 a.m. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See you guys next Sunday. Until then, take care.